Rachel Zegler is pure proof that if you go woke, you do indeed go broke. I've never seen anyone ruin their career faster than this woman. She's literally speed running, ruining her own career. I got a banger from Red Alert. Let's get straight into it.
You ever see someone light a fire, then act shocked when it burns the whole house down? Yeah, that's basically Rachel Zegler right now. First, Disney's Snow White remake was already hanging by a thread. Then along came South Park, casually drop-kicking it off a cliff.
Bro, chat, have any of you guys actually seen the Snow White movie? Let me know in the comments, let me know in the chat. Has anybody actually watched the movie?
And the best part, they did it with their signature, we don't care if you're offended type of energy. Classic. But while Rachel was still doing damage control over the movie's controversies, South Park just came in, roasted the entire film and her, and left Disney scrambling like someone accidentally clicked reply all at a company meltdown. And trust me, this doesn't end with a few memes and jokes. South Park already roasted Snow White and Rachel into oblivion.
Will you check under the bed and make sure there's no Disney executives under there?
And now they...
Dude, I love Cartman. I recently got Cass into South Park, and she's like, Cartman's my favorite. And I'm like, yeah, because Cartman's a horrible person.
Reportedly cooking up a new DEI special. So stick around, because this is a full-blown Hollywood disaster unfolding in real time. And South Park just decided to add insult to injury. But to really appreciate this train wreck, we need to rewind a bit, because Disney's been having an identity crisis bigger than your cousin after their third gap year. Every move they've made lately screams, please like us. They've been reshuffling characters, rewriting plots, and basically treating beloved classics like DIY projects from Pinterest. Except, you know, the ones that look good until you actually make them. Cue Snow White, because the remake's been raising eyebrows since day one. From casting Rachel Zegler to reimagining the story to pretty much axing the romance angle that made the original famous. Add the controversy about the dwarves and fans were furious.
Yeah, how dare you gonna take like the one good gig away from dwarves where like they can go play this role and you're just like, nah, we're gonna CGI that in.
Then South Park saw the chaos and said, hold my beer. So here's where it gets good. South Park dropped their joining the Pandaverse.
I haven't seen this, but I want to see this really bad.
Special, and oh boy, they did not hold back. They basically said what the internet's been yelling for months.
Oh, not again. Yeah, only this time, it wasn't just me. They were taking all my favorite people and replacing them with diverse women complaining about the patriarchy.
Just with the classic South Park roast that burns hotter than fire. And so Cartman and the gang were transformed into grown women of color as a parody of Hollywood's obsession with ticking diversity boxes.
And then for some reason, I don't know what it is with Hollywood right now, but they just like want every female lead to look like Sid from Ice Age. They want their eyeballs so far apart it looks like they're running from each other. I don't get what this flex is. I don't get what this trend is. And I don't know where they're finding the women that have eyeballs on the side of their temples. But this is crazy work. It's almost every woman I've seen, their eyeballs are so far apart.
And let's be real. Disney practically invited this roast with the way they've been handling Snow White. The special dragged Disney for turning authentic stories into hollow checkbox exercises. South Park's message was loud and clear. Congrats Disney, you're so busy pandering, you forgot to tell a good story. Brutal. And Rachel Zegler, she was front and center in that roast.
She's like the pinnacle of what like an entitled Gen Z kid is. Like the peak of it. Look at that. Oh, a face only a mother could love. Shots fired! The peak of it is what she's doing. So entitled to think that she can take an over 100-year-old story, or I guess it's around 100 years old now, and change it. Make it some feminist fairy tale. I'm really hoping Hollywood goes back from being woke and we go back to the good old days. When you just saw movies that had violence, gore, and no wokeness, no DEI. Just good old movies, man. Stuff that was like historically accurate or things that were at least close to accurate of what it would be if it was real. I'm not saying Snow White is real, but her name's Snow White. She should have like pale white gothic skin. I don't make the rules, I just enforce them. Like, it's in the freaking title, dude.
Don't get me wrong, people are all for diversity in movies, but the way Disney's been going about it feels less like...
I actually think The Little Mermaid was good, though. I went and watched it with Cass. I thought Halle Bailey, she did a good job.
A genuine inclusion and more like just checking boxes on a corporate to-do list, which made Snow White an easy target from the start. The literal name of the character is skin as white as snow. So
exactly.
When Disney cast Rachel Zegler, a Latina actress, in the role, they knew it would spark debate. But the controversy wasn't just about casting. Disney gutted the entire essence of the story. No prince, no romance, and the dwarves swapped with CGI in a live remake. I know, make it make sense, right? All of this to avoid...
And then Gal Gadot, man, her acting was trash.
...reinforcing stereotypes and to be more culturally sensitive and inclusive, aiming for a modern reimagining of the story that aligns with contemporary values. Well, the public didn't take well to this.
You're gonna ruin another movie, huh? Well, dude, here's my thing on this. If you want to be culturally appropriate, you want to be inclusive, come up with a new story. Don't call it Snow White. Call it Rain Black. I don't know, call it something else. Don't call it a movie that's been around for 100 years. Name it something else. Come up with a new story. I don't know about you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments in the chat. I'm sick of them taking old movies and redoing them, and they're straight dog water garbage. Can we stop doing that? Can we come up with new stories? Like, how many Spider-Man movies do we really need? We have like 15 Spider-Man movies. I like the Peter Parker of, what's his name? God, I forgot his name. Who was it? Tobey Maguire. He's my Spider-Man. But maybe it's because I'm a, darn near a boomer. But I think we take too many movies that are classics and reimagine them, or come back out with them, and they're just hot dog water. They're really bad. They're not even close to good. Why do we do that? Chat, do you agree? Like, there's some of the Halloween movies, Scream movies, and I'm like, bro, let's just dead it. It's over. You did the story. Don't do it again. There's no reason to beat a dead horse.
And South Park saw this disaster brewing and just couldn't resist. Their parody basically screamed, if you remove everything that made Snow White, what's even left? Besides a marketing campaign, that is. And listen, South Park doesn't miss. When they smell a corporate pandering opportunity, this was like candy to them. And Rachel didn't exactly do herself any favors here either. When you land a role as iconic as Snow White, maybe, just maybe you show a little respect to the original. Nah, Rachel went full speed into controversy mode, trashing the original story in interviews, calling it outdated, weird, and basically implying that the prince was a walking red flag.
There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her.
Never mind telling like half the country not to watch the movie.
I don't need your business. Thanks.
Real smooth, Rachel.
I don't need your business. Actually, you did.
Shots fired! She even boasted that the new Snow White isn't about love at all, saying the prince's role is barely there.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
So fans were
It's Hollywood, baby. Now you don't have a job. Now, I bet she's going to be blackballed and probably never get a gig again. I don't think that... think about any movie executive is going to want to cast her in anything after this. Because all she's going to do is badmouth the production. She's going to badmouth what's going on. It's just a bad move. She really ruined her career so quick.
Of course, South Park couldn't ignore Disney's bizarre decision to reimagine the Seven Dwarfs. Gone were the charming, distinct characters we all grew up with. Instead, Disney offered us a random mix of diverse friends who looked like they stumbled in from a failed Dungeons and Dragons campaign. Fans felt like Disney was trying too hard to dodge controversy, only to land smack in the middle of it. South Park ran with this, mocking how classics are being gutted to avoid offending anyone, while ironically offending everyone.
F Donald Trump on IG. Disney paid a social media guru to work with Snow White, start a vet, and he post. Oh my.
The backlash was so bad, Disney had several reshoots and added the dwarves back in using CGI, which then just stirred up even more controversy. Now, you would think if The Little Mermaid remake taught Disney anything, it would be that controversy kills the vibe. Sure, Harley Bailey's Ariel faced some backlash, but the film mostly stuck to its roots.
Yeah, it did.
Snow White, though,
And it was good.
This thing isn't just updated, it's almost unrecognizable. South Park noticed that too. They saw Disney's diversity plus modern twists equal profit formula and roasted it straight into orbit. And let's not pretend Rachel's snarky interviews about dumping the love story didn't give South Park a full buffet of material. They basically turned Rachel's dismissive comments into the comedic equivalent of the public service announcement, if you hate the story this much, maybe don't star in it. So this left Disney panicking because execs know South Park's mockery sticks. Fans aren't just...
Yes, it does. That's one thing about South Park, dude. If you get on South Park for the wrong reason, you're cooked for a very long time, bro. Loki, you want some jerky, dude? Sit. Wait. Can we get some freeze in the chat? Free. Go to your place. Yeah, dude. For me, it would actually be... I would actually be so happy if South Park cooked me online. I think it'd be hilarious. I think they did it to Andrew Tate. It would be like, I don't know, I'd be so happy, I'd be honored. But I feel like you got to be famous enough for it to be worthy of being cooked on South Park, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people aren't even, like, they pick really popular people, and I'm not even close to that at all. So there's no way I would even get close to getting roasted on South Park, bro. I'm so far away from that.
Golden roast platter like it was buffet night. So how is Rachel handling all of this? Not well. Insiders claim she's fuming behind the scenes. She expected applause for bringing a bold, modern twist to Snow White, not headlines calling her out for ruining a classic and pushing a woke agenda. So instead of red carpets and praise, she's getting memed and roasted.
Oh my God. They cooked her with the Lord Farquaad. Go back there. Go back there, bro. The Lord Farquaad cut.
Shots fired!
That is crazy work. Oh my God.
Getting memed and roasted by the most savage cartoon on television. She's reportedly annoyed that people think she only got the role to check a diversity box, and South Park poking fun at her didn't just pour salt in the wound, it dumped the entire salt shaker. So between Disney's
I mean, can't she sing though? I think I've seen a couple videos of her singing. She can actually sing. Her acting, extremely questionable, but the singing's not bad. I mean, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This guy's a little close in here. He needs to take some notes from Keanu. It seems like he just wanted to cast these chicks. But once again, it's the eyes far apart. I don't get it.
bumbling PR plays, Rachel's fiery interviews, and South Park's savage Pandaverse special, it all collided into a glorious meltdown that's got Hollywood on the edge and fans grabbing popcorn. So, will Disney learn anything from this disaster, or will they double down and keep modernizing classics until there's nothing left to modernize? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Well, dude, if they want to modernize classics, here's what you do. Come up with a new story, dude. Just come up with a new story. There's no reason to modernize something that's a classic. It's a classic for a reason. That's like somebody taking a 68 Mustang and gutting it and putting a Ferrari engine, a brand new Ferrari engine or a brand new Mustang engine in it, new wheels, and like basically putting the modern day parts on the body of a 68 Mustang. The reason I bring up a 68 Mustang is because my grandfather had one. It was a beautiful car. Stop doing that. It's okay to embrace the classics. It's cool, dude. There's a lot of things that are tried and true. Stick with them. It's okay. I haven't been watching Disney movies. Actually, I did watch what is it? The Ocelot, the Assalot, the Assalot, the Assalot, Ocelot. It was a show that was on. It's on Disney Plus, I believe. It's a Star Wars spinoff. It's actually not that bad, dude. In the beginning, you're like, okay, wow, this is actually kind of cooking with some grease. And then as it goes on, you're like, what in the actual HE double hockey sticks is going on? What is this? It just gets so woke and dumb and stupid, and the story's terrible. Like, it's really bad. The acting is cringe nugget. It's horrible. It's cringeworthy. I'm like, are they even trying anymore? Doesn't Disney have like $1 bajillion? How are they not able to put out a good production? But I guess it's the same way with Sony. Like Sony right now, they just put out Craven. I went and watched that in theaters. Thought it was okay. Don't know anything about the Craven lore. Don't know anything about the Craven story. Cass knows a lot about it though. So we went and watched Craven. She's like, it was a horrible movie. I was like, really? It really wasn't that bad. But that's because I'm dumb.
You stupid.
And so she started explaining it to me, and she's like, the plot line doesn't make sense. They just jump from one thing to another, and they don't connect anything. And before you know it, he's like a regular boy, and then now he has all these powers. And it's like, what? Like they're progressing the storyline so much in the beginning of the movie that it just doesn't make sense and nothing connects. And so you're kind of left wondering, like, well, what's actually going on? I thought the acting was okay. And until the very end, when that guy turns to like stone, he turns into like a rhino. It was really weird at the very end, and I thought it was super also cringe nugget. But I don't get why Disney keeps doing that. Or sorry, that was Sony. But I don't get why Disney keeps doing this stuff with Rachel Zegler. I don't think this woman will ever get a job again in Hollywood. She should maybe start a reaction channel. You know what? You know what would save her though? In chat, put a 1 in the chat if you agree. You know what would save her is if she just embraced all of it and said, you know what? I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I'm sorry. I was an idiot. I was a pompous 22-year-old. I was arrogant. I was entitled. I should have embraced this role. I should have been more appreciative. She actually could maybe salvage her reputation, but it seems like she's doubling down on the fact that she was an idiot. To me, that is so dumb. Like Snow White should have been the role of a lifetime. Like, dude, imagine you getting like an iconic story role, like actor role at the age of 22, the ripe age of 22, beginning your acting career, getting like one of the biggest, most iconic roles, getting that, and then just totally tanking on it, spray farting on it, spraying your cheeks apart and just straight spray farting on everybody. Like, you're gonna ruin your career. It's gonna be so hard for her to get back into Hollywood for the rest of her days, bro. Like, actors have it hard enough as it is, man. Like, it's already tough because your work is so inconsistent. Now, they do get extremely overpaid, but everybody in the entertainment industry gets overpaid. You know, what is it? LeBron James is making $40 million a year to put a basketball in a hoop. Athletes are overpaid. It's as simple as that. But they put butts in seats and it sells, and entertainment sells. And people spend a lot of money on entertainment. I don't know what the stat is. I think it's like people around like 20 to 30% of their income they spend on entertainment, which is crazy to me. It may be a little bit lower. Y'all know I'm slow, so I could be completely wrong, and I probably am. But it's wild to me that she had the role of a lifetime and just straight ruined it. Bro, I would have taken that and been like, what do you want me to say? Write it down on a piece of paper, what I'm supposed to say and how I'm supposed to act, and I'm going to do exactly that. You got to know how to move in Hollywood. You can't be a free thinker. Also, look at The Last of Us. The Last of Us is tanking right now. They lost 50% of their viewership. 50%! 50%, dude? They're turning into The Walking Dead all over. Shots fired! Y'all remember when The Walking Dead was good? Man, those first 3 seasons actually hit. Then the 4th season, you're like, huh? 5th season, I was like, I'm not watching this anymore. But The Last of Us, I'm going to keep it a buck. I went and watched it on HBO Max. I watched the first season. I thought it was good. Chat, let me know. Did you watch the first season of The Last of Us? I thought it was solid. It stuck to the game. Now Ellie, that chick, looks a little weird. You know, she looks like she's wearing a flesh mask. It's a little odd. It looks like it's stretched over somebody else's face. I don't know. It's odd. She looks like if Michael Myers was wearing somebody else's skin. Like, she looks a little odd. I'm going to keep it a thou wow. But at the end of the freaking day, and y'all know how I feel about people that say at the end of the day,
you stupid.
The storyline was pretty solid. It moved throughout. It matched the game. The cinematography was solid. The acting was pretty good. But then the second season, I started seeing all these clips and stuff. I was like, I'm not even going to watch it. They lost me. They had me. When I saw the clip where she goes, I'm going to be a dad. You can't be a dad if you're a woman, dude. Like, what is it? Like, you know what they need to do before they put out any other Disney movie or any other like video game adaptation? Go talk to the people that played the freaking game. Go hold a convention and talk to everybody that's a part of that culture or in that society and then enjoys that content. Talk to them and see what they want. That's why I have a Discord. Go join the Discord. The link is in the description. That's why I have a Discord. So you guys can put clips of things that you want me to react to. Because my channel is really about what you guys want to see. Maybe I might be interested in frogs, and I really want to go check out the genealogy of frogs one day. You guys probably don't care about frogs. I'm not saying I've actually done that, but you smell what I'm stepping in. You do this because you want to filter the content that you're pushing out through your community so you can see, oh, this is what works, this is what they want to see. That's why I have the suggestions chat in the Discord so I can go in here and see, these are like, you guys clearly like Lady J, Emily King, the Whatever Podcast, Andrew Wilson, you know, Fresh and Fit. Like, these are all channels that I also frequent myself. So it's good to know that we all kind of watch the same content. But if you don't do that with your community, how are you going to know what your audience actually wants to see? And I feel like Disney's just like, we know what you want to see. You don't want to see that, trust me. We know what you want to see. And to me, that's dumb. You have to rely on your community. Your community and your audience is what built your story to be as iconic as it is. Without people watching Snow White is a forgotten story. Why did you just throw away your community and your audience when you wanted to do another adaptation of it? Put out a poll on freaking Twitter, dude. Do you want us to modernize it or keep it a classic? I bet you 98% of people said keep it classic, keep the story the same. That's what they did with The Little Mermaid. They just brought in Halle Bailey, but I thought the story itself maintained the same. It's when they start changing storylines and making things too modern where people are like, I'm out. It's like rewriting a book that doesn't need to be rewritten. It's like rewriting Harry Potter. Like J.K. Rowling, that's who it is, right? I think it is. She did a good job on those books. And when they came out with the movies were a little bit different. But overall, if you read the book and then watched the movie, you're like, kind of the same. They didn't modernize it. Keep the stories the same, dude. I don't get that whole thing. But Loki, don't you agree, dude? Hollywood's going crazy right now. That's why I think a lot of people are going to independent media. Like YouTubers, people that do podcasts, are more popular now than the news. Let me see. I want to see something, actually. How many viewers did CNN have maybe I can see last month how many viewers they had. In prime time, CNN averaged 426,000 total viewers during May of 2025. Across total today, CNN had an average of 353,000 total viewers. That is wild. A major television network, CNN, they're on all day, 353,000 total viewers over the month. Let me go to my analytics really quick. I don't know if I can tell how many viewers I had, but I can tell you how many watch hours I had. Let's see. Let's just go last month in May. I think I might be blowing CNN out of the water. I had 5.6 million views and 707,000 watch hours. We might be blowing CNN out the water here, chat. It's just crazy to me, but it's declining. People like us, me and you, I actually watch more independent media. Podcasts, people, influencers. I watch that stuff more than I watch the news. Chat, do you do the same thing? Let me know in the comments. Who all do you watch? Do you watch Joe Rogan? Do you watch me? Clearly, you probably watch me. But like, what other channels do you watch? Let me know in the comments so I can see kind of what you guys are watching, and maybe I can get some inspiration from you. And I think the reason people are gravitating towards independent media is because there's a transparency behind it. I do these videos one shot. I'm not doing a lot of editing. It's not meant to be perfect. It's supposed to be where we can get to know each other and we can react and have fun. That's the point of it. And I think that's what people are gravitating towards because it feels more organic. It feels more natural, and it feels like we're actually getting to know each other, and it doesn't feel polished. When you watch the news, it feels like there's a screen up that they're like a hierarchy of like, I'm better than you. I'm going to feed you this information. You just believe it. I'll tell you guys all the time I'm wrong. I've said a lot of things on here and been really wrong, and I'll own up to it. But I think that's the point. I think that's why people gravitate towards this stuff, is transparency and just the humility of it all. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Loki, did you have a good time? Hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.